Right, hello there, friends. Today we are going to be starting our build of this universal joint. Going to start out with part number 1 here, the fork. So let's get rolling. Got my new part open. Going to start off with a sketch in the front plane. My strategy on this, I'm going to draw the top half of this side, and I'll extrude it, make my holes, get the shape looking nice, then I'll mirror it. And then I'll worry about putting this round piece on the end with a revolved cut once I get there. All right. So to start with, I'm going to give myself some construction lines just so I have something to reference off of. A couple nice vertical and horizontal lines going right through my my origin point there. I'm going to grab myself a regular line, and I'm just going to draw essentially the profile of this part. This does not have to be exact by any means. I'm going to add dimensions here momentarily. Just trying to keep my vertical lines vertical, my horizontal lines horizontal. All right, something like that-ish. All right, going to grab my Smart Dimension tool, and we'll start slapping some dimensions on this guy. So this one over here, the whole thing is 1.38, so 1.38 divided by 2. There we go. This height here is our 2.62 divided by 2. And this guy here is going to be our 1.62 divided by 2. There we go. Got my heights. Use my selection tool, clean this up a little bit. Sometimes they get a little funky when you're adding the dimensions. You can always grab them, shift them around. No big deal. All right, so what else do I got? I got this 1.1 in the center. So 1.12. The whole thing is 2.38 from my center. Excellent. This part here, I can see I've got a 1-inch diameter on this circle, and we're centered, which means from this central construction line out to the front is going to be 0.5. Good. Let's see. All right, I think that's all the dimensions that I have for the moment. So now I need to start adding in some of these curved shapes. So I know this top curve and bottom curve are the same. This bottom one has a radius of 1, and I have a very specific point from which that radius comes off of, which is 0.75 from my construction line. And it seems to line up with this invisible line here. All right, well, that invisible line, it has a diameter of 0.75. So I'm 0.75 from my construction, this vertical construction line, and then I'm half of 0.75 down from my my horizontal one. So I'm going to make myself a circle, and here I've got my parameters of where that circle is sitting at. So on the X, it's going to be the 0.75, and on the Y, it's that 0.75, but only half of it, over 2. Oh, I put that in the wrong spot. 0.75 over 2. There we go. Now actually my radius is 1. There we go. So now I can come back in here and I can trim up some of the extra stuff that I don't need. So grab my trim tool and clean it up. Otherwise, it gets a bit confusing as to what we're looking at times. All right, under trim, you have extend entities. So I will extend this line so that it actually touches that curve. Go back into my trim, get rid of these guys, get rid of the inside of that. Excellent. Now I've got that top curve with a radius of 1. To put in my curves here and here, I'm going to use my sketch fillet tool. And I can see this inside one has a radius of 0.5. So I'll just type that in, 0.5. And I'll select this point. There we go. And this bottom little curve here, it's listed down here as a 0.38. So 0.38, and select that point. Excellent. So now I will use my selection tool. I'll get out of this fillet. I'll grab the center point for my circle here, and I'm just going to say that I want this guy to be fixed in space. Good. All right. Now that I know it's not going to move around, this looks pretty good. I can go up into my features. I can extrude this shape. I'm going to extrude it mid-plane, and our width, you can see the width of the entire part is this diameter of this outer circle, which is our 1.38. There we go. Very important to extrude this mid-plane. It's going to help us out later. Good. So let's see, we've got our general shape, we've got our curves, we've extruded. Now I'm going to add this little piece here, this circular piece that sticks down, and that's just going to be a little extrusion on this surface. So I'm going to start a sketch, slap it right here. It's simply a circle, diameter 1, and then I will extrude it. This time I'm extruding blind. And this one, as we can see, these heights have a difference of 0.12, but it's got 2 of these extrusions, so 0.12 divided by 2. There we go. Excellent. Now I'm going to come around to the top surface, and I'm going to cut this curve and this slight taper in place. Do that. Get myself a sketch, throw it on this top surface, and once again it's going to be a circle, but we can see the center of the circle is offset from our origin point by 0.12. So I'm just going to come behind my origin point but in line with it, and this circle is going to have a radius of 0.62. So 0.62 times 2 for the diameter, 1.24. Excellent. Now the distance from the origin to this point is my 0.12. Good. Use my selection tool to say that I want this origin point. Hold shift, center of circle. Want them to stay horizontal. Kind of lock that in place. Good. Now all I need to do is get this taper in here so that this line doesn't go straight, it tapers down towards the circle. All right, grab my line tool. Go from this point here, extend out. I'm going to have it be just sort of floating in space. I don't want it connected to anything at this point in time. And a second line from this point, again floating in space next to the circle but not touching it. Now I'm going to use my selection tool Select the line, hold shift, select the circle, say their tangent, click in space, select the line, hold shift, select the circle, say their tangent, click in space. Excellent. Use my trim tool to trim away the extra. And now I've got the essential shape that I'm looking for. So I need to turn this into a cutter. I'll grab my line tool, come back to this point. Come out here into space. Good. Another line. Down here. And bring it down to this point right there. So now this shape is nicely shaded. I can turn that into my extruded cut. And I just want to go through all. There we go. All right. So now I'm going to punch my holes. You can see I've got a hole here that's counterboard, and I got a hole here that just goes right on through. All right. So we'll just do the hole that goes right on through first because that one's simplest. For that, we're just going to use a sketch, throw it on this back surface here. It's just a circle. It's in line with my origin, and it's about a 1/4 inch diameter for that, what is it, a number 4 taper pin. Some industries might have you drill this just shy of a 1/4 inch. I'm not exactly sure what the spec is. I'm just going to call it a 1/4 inch for this purposes for today. And we use our smart dimension tool, and it is offset by 0.38 from the edge. .38. Excellent. Now I just turn that up in my features into an extruded cut. And I'm going to have it go through all in both directions. Good. Got myself a nice little hole there. Next, I'm going to do that counterboard hole on this surface. I'm going to use the hole wizard for it. Say I want counterbore, go into my custom sizing. It's asking for this 0.43820. So I'm giving it a size that's slightly smaller than the 0.438. And that way they got metal to actually cut into when they make the threads, going for 0.425. And the counter bore width is listed up here at the 0.594. And the counterbore depth right here at our 0.12. So I just put them in the custom sizing. Now I will position this on my 3D sketch, just going to slap it somewhere on this surface. Say, yep, that's the surface I wanted on. Now I'm going to open up this counterbore, and the first sketch I'm going to edit because that's the one that positioned it. I'm going to get myself a nice clean view here. I'm going to grab that center point and drag it over towards my origin. And now you can see it's got it almost at 0 and almost at 0. Now I want those actually at 0. So I'll just type in 0, 0. Good. Exit that. Boom. Got myself a nice hole right there over that origin point, right where I wanted it. Now I'm going to take this whole thing and I'm going to mirror it. I got the top half. I don't want to have to draw it again. So I'm going to say mirror, features to mirror. I'm just going to click and drag, grab the whole darn thing, plane to mirror over, right there. Excellent. Coming along. Only issue I got is it's square on the back and I want it to be round. All right. So from this view right here, actually I'll cant the view off to the side a little bit just to show you. I am going to throw a sketch and I'm going to put it right dead center, slicing this part in half. Easiest way to do that. Say I want a new sketch. Use this little drop down here. Say I want it on the front plane. That front plane goes right through our part. Here, I'll show you what I mean. See how my origin point is right in the center of the part? That's the plane I'm drawing on, right through the middle. All right, let me get back to my view here. Good. Now what I want is I'm going to use convert entities to grab this curve and this flat line. I'll bring them up into my current sketch. Use a line tool off of this point, straight up. Good. Come out here. There we go. I was kind of over my exit sketch button. There we go. And good. I've completed this nice shape. I'm going to give myself a center reference line. So come on over here, center line. From my origin, straight out, nice horizontal reference line. Now I can turn this shape into a revolved cut. Basically turn it into a cutter, putting this part on a virtual lathe essentially. So features, revolved cut. Now looky what we just did. Went right around the part, making that nice circular shape. All right, and there we go. We have got ourselves a part that's ready for just our center hole here of 0.75. So we will throw a sketch on this surface. And 0.75. Good. And we will just turn that into a cut. That looks right. Excellent. All right, so there is the fork, and I hope this was helpful. Hope you're having a good day. We'll continue video 2, keep building these parts, and then we'll put them all together.